So we got TeoFimo post his again on again then off pay-per-view details, and Crawford claps back on it. How about, is it funnier if I read this because I sound ridiculous when I read TeoFimo?
Oh, hell yeah.
Okay, then let me get my old guy glasses on. Do some old guy shit. Okay, so TeoFimo has this to say: I will get sliced for this, but this was to drop my first pay-per-view and showcase that I cannot sell in bigger venues. It was against a Puerto Rican, which should have been hosted in New York, not Vegas. #boxing. The boxing business knows what happens if and when I miss the incentives. So I guess he was going to have a title defense against Mattias on pay-per-view. It was going to be at T-Mobile in Las Vegas. He was guaranteed to get $2.6 million. He was going to get a bonus of $250,000 if the pay-per-view reached 80,000 buys in the U.S. He was going to get half of all pay-per-view revenue received by the promotion company if after the first 100,000 pay-per-view buys in the United States. And then he was going to get half of all the gate revenue received by the promotion above 1.5 million. And then Crawford comes in and claps back. 2.6 is crazy work to be getting when you this big star you say you is. And I can't read the rest of it. Damn it.
It all makes sense now why you was being a goofy now.
Well, all right. You guys, can you translate that for us?
So here's the thing. I actually agree with Teo on this one.
Dude, so do I.
On paper, it seems great. 2.6 mil just for fighting. If you're fighting a Puerto Rican, you should be fighting a Puerto Rican in New York. If you're looking to sell tickets, because I'm watching a Puerto Rican fight in New York.
Yep.
I'm not flying to Vegas to watch a Puerto Rican fight. Not for nothing. Those incentives look awesome. You ain't hitting 80,000 pay-per-view buys, let alone 100,000. You're not sniffing 100,000 in the U.S. Not going to happen on a fight like that. So I think they really signed him kind of a sucker deal to show like, hey, this guy doesn't move the needle. This guy doesn't sell.
2.6 is great guaranteed money, I believe. Now, it's not otherworldly money, but for a fighter of his caliber,
a guy like Teo, I think that's a fair payday.
If it's another fight with Lomachenko, then maybe you can do it on the West Coast and you could do pay-per-view buys.
Exactly.
Who's the opponent here, Rob?
Mattias. Yeah.
That's not a pay-per-view. I mean, Teo's being honest. He's like, look, dude, if you want me to anchor a pay-per-view, I can't do it with this guy.
Yeah.
You got to give me a dancing partner.
Yeah,
you know,
you got to have two sides selling.
So they're not gonna sell 80,000 pay-per-views in America. And then once you hit 100,000, he splits it. Okay, 100,000, 50% of nothing is nothing.
I'm a big Teo guy.
Yeah,
I'm not buying it. I'm not paying for that fight. You know what I mean?
Would you watch it?
Yeah.
Would you buy it?
No.
I mean, you can't. And also, what's the pay-per-view cost, dude?
You know what I mean? 80, 85.
They're not cheap.
You know
like,
I mean?
our stream was $25 because it's like localer guys that are building up.
Yeah.
If this is $25, it's one thing, but even then, it doesn't make any sense.
If this is on DAZN, I'm watching it 100%.
You nailed
it. Wouldn't have to think about it.
ESPN Plus.
Yep, done. But I'm not
Amazon streaming.
Yeah.
Netflix.
And I really like Teo.
He's right.
Big fan, but he's right. And I do like the zing. Like, dude, you're getting 2.6 mil. Like, chill. Like, you're supposed to be a big star. But
I always knew you were goofy.
Yeah.
I love Bud's shit talk, but he's right. Like, well, Bud 2.6. Bud's like, dude, 2.6 is no joke. Also, and like, shut the fuck up.
But I think Teo's saying like, hey, they pay me 2.6 now, and then they can show that I'm not hitting these incentives, and so they can pay me. Me less next time.
It's not that indifferent than a lot of like.
It's like a trap deal.
You see it with football contracts all the time. You know, like Tom Brady like always took like player friendly deals because it was like, oh yeah, you only need to throw like 800 touchdown passes, dude. They were like always incentives that you couldn't hit. Or they were incentives that didn't affect the cap, whatever it was. But no, I think Bud's funny for saying that shit. But like you said, Mark, when he doesn't hit those numbers, they go, well, we paid you 2.6 million. You shouldn't have even paid you that.
Yep.
Yeah. So again, I think I'm Team Teo, and I think Mark is too.
Yep. God, it would be nice to be in that crowd seeing Teo in a Puerto Rican fight in MSG or something.
It'd be
fucking electric. Yeah. Like what a show that would be. Hey, if you think white men might actually be able to jump, do me a favor and like and subscribe to the Toe to Toe Fight Show.